During one of Donald Trump's recent press briefings, a CNN reporter named Jeremy Diamond confronted him about how he's very self-congratulatory when he's been a complete and utter failure in response to COVID-19. Let's watch.
Today we hit the grim milestone of more than 40,000 Americans now having died from the coronavirus. Can you explain then why you come out here and you are reading clips and showing clips of praise for you and for your administration? Is this really the time for self-congratulations?
Well, I will tell you this. What I'm doing is I'm standing up for the men and women that have done such an incredible job. Not for me, for the men and women, admirals, vice president, if I might, but all of the men and women, thousands, tens of thousands of them that built hospitals in New York and New Jersey and all over this country in record time to throw up 1,000 beds in 4 days. I'm sticking up for those people. Those people have been incredible. I'm also sticking up for doctors and nurses and military doctors and nurses.
The clips that you played and what you read earlier was praising you and your administration.
All I played today was Governor Cuomo
to do that, sir,
saying very positive things about the job the federal government has done.
And those people, 40,000 Americans have now died.
And those people have been just absolutely excoriated by some of the fake news, like you, your CNN, your fake news. And let me just tell you, they were excoriated by people like you that don't know any better because you don't have the brains you were born with. You should be praising the people that have done a good job, not doing what you do.
All right, Cenk, what do you think about this latest Trump versus journalist story?
Okay, so first of all, of course he's right, not Trump, the reporter. It's everything Trump does was previously unconscionable. If Obama, in the middle of a Benghazi press conference, brought out a tape of people praising him for how he handled Benghazi, and then had a New York Times, in this case, Wall Street Journal article saying Obama does a great job with Benghazi, people would be like, "What are you doing?" And there, the Republicans were like, "You don't understand. 4 Americans died." In this case, 42,000 Americans have died. So we're nearly at a point where it's 15 times greater than 9/11. And this clown is coming up there and going, "Do you know that the Wall Street Journal said something good about me? I want to tell you about the Wall Street Journal." And I take Cuomo out of context, by the way, saying nice things about me. And then he says, "Oh, I'm trying to give credit to the doctors and the nurses and everybody else in the federal government." That's funny because you didn't mention them at all. Neither did the Wall Street Journal, and that wasn't a clip you played of Cuomo. No, all you did was show praise of yourself, period. As usual, you're an enormous liar, and when called out on it, you're fake news. I mean, who listens? What a buffoon. I mean, really, people look at that and go like, "Oh, yeah, even though he's obviously lying," and then he calls them fake news. Gotcha, got him. And yeah, they do think that.
No, it's red meat for his base. His base loves it. Are you kidding me? His base isn't looking for information to keep themselves safe. They're looking for a wrestling match, right? And Donald Trump is an entertainer, and they look, think about how his base hates journalists and how they attack journalists themselves, right? So they'll look at a video of Trump bullying a journalist who's asking a simple question, and they'll think, yeah, that's our guy. He's so strong. You know, he really knows how to give it to them. But we all know that Donald Trump is a weak, pathetic little child who has thin skin and lets people, get under his skin very easily. And all he wants is praise. And the reason why he praises himself and his response to coronavirus during these press conferences is because they're not actually press conferences for coronavirus. It's just his re-election rally. Every day, over and over again. And so some news outlets have caught on to that, and they've decided to cover it differently so they don't just give him free election advertising. But that's what this really is. I mean, that's why he just makes himself out to be this great leader when in reality, he bungled the response to COVID-19 from the very beginning.
And it's a really simple question. It wasn't a politically loaded question. It wasn't anywhere near as aggressive a question as we would ask. It was just, as over 40,000 people have died from coronavirus, do you think this is the right moment for you to play clips of other people praising you? Super fair question. If you can't handle that question without flipping out about fake news, then you're just not cut out for the job. You can't handle the stress. You can't handle the pressure. You don't know what you're doing. And the number, by the way, I know that it's like a punchline in a sitcom, and you're right, Anna, his fans go nuts no matter how irrationally it's stated or when it's stated. It doesn't have to make sense. But what part of that was fake news? Did he play a clip praising himself? Yes, absolutely. Did he run the headline praising himself? Absolutely. Did it mention doctors, nurses, etc.? Not at all. And are over 40,000 people dead? Absolutely. Now, the reporter didn't say it's your fault. It is his fault. But the reporter didn't say that. They just said basically in a somber time like this, do you think it's right to be giving yourself credit? And by the way, maybe your answer is yes. I handled it brilliantly. You know what? If I was an even bigger clown, maybe 400,000 people would have died. Okay, give that answer. But there was nothing fake in that question. Everything was fact-based. You just didn't like it because you don't like those facts, because you kind of suck at your job.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.